Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day on a weekend. It is a Saturday? Question mark? Yes, it is Saturday. The 4th of December, 2021. How about that? Time keeps marching on. Hokey smokes. No end in sight. Which is a good thing. I mean, thumbs up for that. For time to stop would be bad. I mean, how do you imagine life without time? I mean, I can't. Thumbs up. Still, though, it's a day. Yesterday was a very, very cold day. And in fact, when I went out walkies, it dropped down to just about freezing. I had to wear my long sleeve plaid shirt, and I'm going to have to get a new one soon. It's getting really old, really thin. It's missing buttons, and already part of it's torn, and it's held together with masking tape. So I gotta take money that I don't have and go find a plaid shirt, long sleeve, thicker plaid shirt to wear as a jacket. So thumbs up for that. And of course, the front load for YouTube algorithms. To interact with the YouTube algorithms, if you could toss me a like if you enjoy what you like and see, that would be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't, I am bleeding subscribers like crazy, and it's appropriate. I don't really mind. But if you could subscribe, that'd be very cool. And hey, let's see, what's the next thing I say? Oh yeah, I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these beautiful and awesome people. I am on a very, excuse me, severely limited income because of my disability. I cannot work with all of my back injuries and nerve damage, and these people help keep me alive. Thank you so very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. A very, very awesome thing. And if you wanted to help me out, become a patron, there are links in the video description somewhere, wherever the device you're watching it is on. So thumbs up for that, and yay for front loading of videos for YouTube algorithms. Thumbs up for that. Yay. Yeah, it's been cold yesterday, and this morning it's raining, it's gray, and it's been hard for me to get moving this morning. It is 8:07 right now, 8:07 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I am only now awake enough to do this. I forgot to take my ADHD meds last night. Just at night, my evening meds one. You know, so that was... I meant to take it before I went walkies, then I went walkies, and when I got back I meant to take it as soon as I got back, and then it was just before bed, and I didn't want to take it before bed because that's what I've been doing, and I want to see if maybe that was affecting my insomnia. Well, it was very, very cold last night, so I didn't have any overheating problems, you know, even with 2 blankets on. So I don't know if not taking the ADHD meds before I went to bed changed anything or not, because at least 99% of the time I take my Ritalin, go to bed, and I sleep. But I've been having terrible heat-related insomnia lately, so who knows. But hey, I did sleep at least. You know, I got to bed late. It was around midnight-ish. I woke up middle of it to have to drain the bladder. And then, of course, I wake up early anyway from pain and discomfort. And I was out of bed at 5:30. So didn't sleep much or long, but at least I slept. And that's been a big difference from every other day. But not taking the ADHD meds, I'm having to really get my motor running, and it's hard. I've been going on 1 cylinder out of 6 for most of the day. I mean, at the best of times, I only run on 5 if I'm really doing good. 4 on most times, 3 on a bad day. I'm slowly chugging up to at least 3, but I'm not there yet. Yay! Thumbs up. I do, of course, as stated, use cannabis for pain control and mobility. There is of course damage to your lungs if you ingest flower through combustion means. If you fill a bowl and then smoke it down. And because of that, you can have some small damage and end up wheezing and extra coughing and such. But a lot of the issues that I have with wheezing and coughing are way up here, which is not the down here stuff. And so I also have adult onset asthma, and I'm not even sure if it was adult onset, because my mother used to say before she died, that as a teenager and such, I would have trouble breathing during winter times. So who knows if it's even adult onset. So that's an issue. Luckily, I haven't had to use any medications for it for about 20 years now, thank goodness. But that doesn't help. It makes me wheezy. I have all sorts of allergies that stuff me up here and stuff me up here. And with it being warmer for so long and so very damp, I'm allergic to a ton of leaf molds. So I'm wheezy and just draining all the time anyway. So how much of what I'm going through with the hacking and coughing is just natural, or how much of it is because of damage done from ingesting smoke? Which, while bad, is nowhere near as bad as smoking cigarettes. Those things, you can be a lifelong smoker, and at an autopsy they'll take a look at your lungs and it looks like you just have little tiny charcoal briquettes where you should have big lungs. And yeah, there's damage on a lifelong cannabis smoker, but it looks more like they took those healthy lungs and then threw them on a grill and just, kept turning them until they had searing all around the edges. Bit of a difference. Still damage, yeah, but not anywhere near as bad, thank goodness. But yeah, sorry about the wheezing, hacking, and then my voice doing that. Now, past that, of course, there hasn't been much. I've been recovering from, the first day, Thursday, I had therapy, and I always have to wait for things up here to settle down. And then yesterday, I was just dealing with stuff, and I had a short falling asleep period. So, yay. And that's always difficult to get motivated on. And I'm still working on lots of stuff, because I did go walkies last night, and I made the mistake of going out early enough because there was like a big event past 2 days in downtown Shelton. When I came by about the middle of it, I was taking a look and going, gosh, do I want to walk through this? Because it was right in a place where I would normally be doing my walkie stuff. And I was looking at the clumps of people. There weren't huge crowds, but there were clumps enough of people, and no one was wearing a mask. So, no, I just walked all the way around it, avoiding everyone like the plague rats they are. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly, people. Wear a mask. Maintain social distancing. Please, if you want this to be over, you have to treat it seriously. You can't not take care and then complain that it won't stop. Ugh. But such is life. So I did the walkies, and I was doing thinking and such, and I wanted to spend some time just as a quick reminder for the people that haven't heard me talk about this part of it for a while, as a quick brush up on people that have and such. And also I had to remind myself, because it's been a while since I've talked about or done any real thinking on them, because most of the major work is done, but I need to remind myself, because in my head and these vlogs are the only place this stuff is actually written down. But with the whole inside-outside setting, remember that this is sort of a conjoined universe, but it's just one universe in a multiverse. And there are more than one multiverse. There is a place outside and between the multiverses that is the void. It is the Ungata. It is nothing, absolutely nothing that separates them. It is horrible and terrible, and it is death. And each multiverse is filled with, well, an infinite number of universes. That each multiverse is continuously spawning new birth, new universes springing into existence at all times. And each multiverse has each universe also splitting constantly, because every decision that can be made, a universe is created for that. So there are literal infinite number of universes within each multiverse, and each multiverse is just a chip of sorts off of a greater singularity from a higher reality that has torn into and is spilling into the Ungata, the void, with energy on this side and death on this side, with too hot, too cold, and in the middle stuff begins to solidify. And these are the tiny little doors from the main singularity around which multiverses grow. And so, these little spots, each little multiversal door has a set of universal constants. Those constants that do not make universes that can last fizzle out, die, and that door shuts. Those multiverses that have universal constants like ours that end up being viable and working grow. Because of the energy within and the universal constant as a blueprint, they begin to spawn universes, and it just gets bigger from there. We are in a multiverse that would hopefully have no horrific and terrible thing within it. So there is a multiverse that is just like ours, but there is nothing beyond anything that is happening now. It is an endless repetition of now. New universes being spawned all the time, and it's just endless variations on a theme. As a person, you are person X performing action Y in variation of universe Z. Then, of course, our multiverse split into another when these other beings used the multiverse as a foundation for their infinite city, and they built an infinite city on top of that foundation on the multiverse. So there's a multiverse that has that city on top of it, and everything is fine because there's no sharing between them, and everything works the way it is. And then there's the universe multiverse where Amigerazu, the greatest cosmic horror, comes swimming out of the Ungata and lands in the city. So there's the multiverse where Amigerazu shows up. There are three major multiverses from that, because it splits again. One, the multiverse I mainly write in, where the infinite number of people in this infinitely large city evacuated the city and left. And so it is an infinite abandoned city that Amigerazu landed in and live birthed her 12 children. It split because in the next one they decided to fight. But halfway through the battle, they stopped and left this damaged city and evacuated when the loss of life got too much. In the third split, they fought off the cosmic horrors, pushed them out of the city. I write about the one where they evacuated. Now again, Amigerazu, the greatest of the cosmic horrors, she is the main reason all this is happening, because she is an impossible being for many reasons. She comes from a multiverse where there is no breeding like ours. As metaphor and analogy, everything in her multiverse is all basically insecta. She is an egg layer. She lays eggs. Something that is male would come along later and fertilize those eggs. Unfertilized eggs grow into Sago, mindless drones, and those that are become creatures like Amigerazu. There is no such thing as Congress like we do here for passing on DNA. There is nothing like that. No one is able to engage in that, and even if you could, there is no creature that has a system to hold any, like a uterus or a fetus. But Amigerazu becomes pregnant with 12 fetuses and 12 uterus. and she launches herself out of her multiverse into the Ungara, the void. The distance between multiverses is infinite. You cannot cross from one to another. She swam to the infinite city, landed, and live birthed her 12 children. And it is this multiverse, with the heat and the pressure from the mourning and the grief of the infinite city permeating through the entire multiverse, and all this heat and pressure melting a little bit of the reality so that all these energies slip out of these various universes, slide into all the various zones, and into universes where they really shouldn't be. So when universes spawn, well, they're different from what they would be without those energies. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go thank however many people have left me comments. It's not a ton, but I do want to thank each and every one of you, because anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you so very much. Let me call out my Chrome, because if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language, with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and a whole bunch more, I am lucky I can remember a thing sometimes. NYM5, QU17, thumbs up and thank you. Favel, I hope things get easier for you. Greatly appreciated. Asian Rice, thumbs up. Ethan James, actually I'm planning on it. And then there's Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Trade Does, greatly appreciated. Smart Fashion Fairy, thumbs up and thank you, and a good idea. Cassandra Kolb Shush, SHSCHUCH, thumbs up, thank you. Lala Mimi, greatly appreciated. Craig YAC, good to see you, and hope he smokes, hope things are okay. Mountain T, and then a whole bunch of vowels, thumbs up and good evening. Marie Tonya, thumbs up, and we have Pancake Cookie, good to see you in the comments. Yuki likes hot potatoes, the best kind of potatoes, but hopefully things go well with your exams. Larry from space, at least I'm alive, and thank you. Thumbs up, that's 14 people left me comments in the past 24 hours. They get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. Greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. And with my hands in the air, I don't know what device you're watching this on, but somewhere there is a video description. Inside I have links to things like my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and again I want to thank my hopefully soon to be updated list. I hate having executive dysfunction. The hopefully soon to be updated list of Patreon patrons. These people literally help keep me alive. Thank you so very much. Literally, they are beautiful and awesome people for helping me out. It is a very good thing, and I appreciate it to no end. And I know that my kitty cat and my hamster thank you as well. And I got an itchy ear, but they thank you as well. If they could speak English, they would. Thumbs up for that. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link where I'm not above grubbing for your spare cash. I've got next to nothing, so anything helps. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, hopefully, in my Amazon wishlist link, there's still my Baphomet plushie that I'd like to have. There's kitty food and hamster bedding, and then a couple other silly things. The cat food and all that, that's the most important part. If you could check that out, that would be cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very, very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and I guess it makes it harder now with the dislike button being, well, it's not disabled for me, but it is disabled for view from for everyone else. Yay. And what was the last one? If you could hit that notification bell on the subscription button, that would be a very good thing. Thank you very much. My upper plate I got glued in, and not my lower plate, so I'm having to try and talk around that. Thumbs up. But please, in your life, remember to seek creativity. Your brain is like any other organ in your body. Use it or lose it. You do not want to suffer dementia when you get older. Don't lose it. Please use it. Seek positivity. Being a negative person only hurts you and others around you. I spent too many years as a negative person. It's no fun. And of course, seek balance in your life. It's fun to bounce off the walls from one extreme to another, but hokey smokes, is that not healthy? So please, moderation in all things. And of course, with the covfefe bug and all the variants that are raging out there, if we want to get through this, please, people, take it seriously. Wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to be around others, maintain your social distancing, wash your hands often. Did I say that one twice? It's worth it. Try not to touch your face. Get the bloody vaccine if you haven't. I'm going to get the booster. It's still confusing as to how to even sign up for it here where I live, so yay on that. But until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I think that's a very good thing.